Hi, today we're going to have a look at the question, rhythm to poetry couplet. You're provided with a poem, 2 lines, couplet, generally it rhymes, and it's your task to write a suitable rhythm that will fit with those words. So, we're going to go through the steps and see if we can find both with a 4/4 version and a 6/8 version. We'll see if we can work out the right rhythms to put with the poem. Step 1, we need to work out, is there an anacrusis? What is an anacrusis? An anacrusis is a weak note that acts as an upbeat to the first downbeat. So the downbeat being the first beat of the bar. So we need to look at this poem and see if we can say the words and work out if the is strong or weak. So to do this, we're just going to use natural speech strength, our natural sense of the words, whether syllables are strong or weak. For example, the word singing, if I said the word singing, I would say it naturally by putting an emphasis on sing. No one is going to say singing. So we have to make sure that everything aligns so that the words fall into their natural strength. Now, the way to do this is, let's take on a kind of a duplet strong, weak structure and try to say it in that manner, and then we'll be able to determine if the is weak or strong. Let's try it. Let's assume it's strong, okay? The songbird singing. Now that's starting to sound really strange because it means when we come to words like songbird, singing, we're putting the emphasis in the wrong part of the word. So let's try it the other way around. That didn't work. That was sounding a bit strange. Let's try it the other way around. The songbird singing. Now that's starting to sound much better. So now we know that the is going to act better as an anacrusis, as a weaker syllable moving on to the first strong syllable with songbird. So we'll put here, there's our anacrusis, and that's going to be the word the. Okay. Now, in order to come up with a strong, balanced setting of these words, we're going to have to find in each line 4 strong syllables. Again, playing to the natural strengths of the words. So we need 4 strong syllables in each line. Those strong syllables are going to have to be on the strong beats of the bar. If they're not, then we're not answering the question properly. We're not drawing out those natural strengths. So, we've got to find 4 strong syllables in this first line. Let's see if we can do it. The songbird, so song is definitely strong. Singing, we already talked about that one. Sing is definitely the strong part of singing. There's 2. So we've got song, we've got singing. A song, I think if I was going to choose between a or song, we would normally say a song, right? So there's our third one, and of love. So love is going to definitely be strong. So we have song, we have sing, we have song and love. And so now that means everything in between is going to be a weak syllable. So it has to be on a weaker part of the bar. So we have song, sing, song, love. We'll just put those in. So the song, this is our second That's going to be strong. And song. And we're going to have love. Oops. We need an L there. Okay. Now we need to try that with the second line. So we need 4 strong syllables. Sens could be strong. Joy and peace. So again, if we said sens was strong, we may get into trouble because we would go sens joy and peace too. So that's starting to sound strange. So sens joy and peace. So by making sens weak, then joy and peace are fitting into their natural strengths. So we have sends joy and peace to the sky above. Now above, there's a word where we would put emphasis naturally on the second syllable. So it's going to be above. All right, so we need to find our 4 strong syllables on the strong beats into this next bar, next part of the poem. So that's going to be, we have joy. This is going to be peace. And this is going to be sky. And this is going to be, whoops, above, as in above. Okay, so we've got the layout, and now we need to work out whether or not, or how we can fit in the weak syllables. Now it may be, sometimes there might be 1 weak syllable in between 2 strong. Sometimes there can be 2 weak syllables in between strong. So let's go through it. The song bird singing song. Whoops, singing a. So here we have 2 weak syllables. So the way we need to fit that in is to turn the first, rather than a crotchet, turn it into a quaver, so we can have 2 quavers on that 4th beat. And that gives us the ability then to have singing in a song of love. Okay, let's put those words in. Now singing has 2 syllables, and we're going to break that up into 2 notes. So what we need to do is to put a hyphen so that we show that we're breaking up that word. Okay. The songbird, same with songbird, we're breaking that word up. So we need to put in a hyphen. Now that's looking good. The songbird singing a song of love. Excellent. Where are we going to put sends joy? Where's sends? So sends is weak. So sends will have to go to the 4th beat of the 2nd bar so that joy lands on that strong beat. Otherwise, everything will be out of kilter. So just because sends is in the next line of the poem doesn't mean that it's going to start on the 3rd bar. It's a weak syllable, therefore it has to be placed back onto the 4th beat of the 3rd bar. All right. So we have the songbird singing a song of love sends joy and, so that's straightforward. We can put and in there. Sends joy and peace to the sky. So we've got a similar situation here. We've got 2 weak syllables. So we can put in 2 quavers there. Sends joy and peace to the sky. And we're missing our little for above. So put that in. And this will be a hyphen because I'm breaking up the word. There we go. So now we have a suitable rhythm. The songbird singing a song of love sends joy and peace to the sky above. Now, normally, because we have an anacrusis, you would leave the 4th beat of the 4th bar blank so that it goes around with the anacrusis in mind. So I'm going to hide. You can probably see a little ghost version of it, but I'm hiding that last rest because it's going to end on the 3rd beat. So you can see how the 2 ends, the last syllable of each line was strong and hence landed on the 3rd beat of each bar. Now, the next goal is to embellish. All right, so we have to not leave it so plain. The songbird singing a song of love. So there's 2 simple ways to embellish the rhythm. First of all, we can take a crotchet pair and we could turn that into a dotted crotchet quaver. Now it's important, you can only do that so that the dotted crotchet must always be on a strong beat. So for example, I couldn't take here these 2 crotchets starting on the 2nd beat. That would be crossing over the halfway part of the bar, so that would be wrong. But what I can do is there's several opportunities to do it here, and that helps break up the boring straight crotchet feel that we use to help determine the syllables. So I can turn, providing the dotted crotchet is on a strong beat, I can now turn that into a dotted crotchet and the quaver makes up those 2 beats. All right, so now we have the songbird singing a song of love sends joy and peace to the sky above. Perhaps I'll do it here as well. So if I put that in there, it's going to shove above. Oops, where's my hyphen going? There we are. That looks right. There we go. So that's how to set the poem in 4/4. It could be done in 2/4. If you did it in 2/4, you would need 8 bars because you've then got 2 main syllables per bar. Right? So if I had to write this out in 2/4, there'd be 8 bars because, 2 crotchets are going to fill the first bar, the next 2 crotchets, the next bar, etc., etc. Now, let's have a look at how we could do this setting in 6/8. It could be 6/8 or 3/4. We're going to do it here in 6/8. Then we need to choose which one is the best one. Okay, now, all the same things apply. So the same features that we've already worked out, we know about that. So in 6/8, it's basically going to roll along with crotchet, quaver, crotchet, quaver, crotchet, quaver, crotchet. So in a 6/8 setting, crotchet, quaver, crotchet gives us our strong and weak feel. So that's how it's kind of going to roll. If we land a situation where we have the 2 weak syllables in between a strong one, then we have to turn it into 3 quavers. You'll see that in a minute. All right, let's start with our anacrusis, which will be the quaver. Oops, that's looking a bit untidy. So let's put these in and then we'll say the poem and see if it works. So we can just pop these in. Quaver. Where are we up to? First, second bar, another one, and then again, when you come to the end, you have to account for the Anacrusis quaver. Let me just hide that one there. That's a bit embarrassing. Okay. So, let's see how it works. The songbird sing, aha. So here I have 2 weak syllables, ing, song. So I'm going to have to turn this into, I'm going to need 3 quavers there. And that's probably going to happen here also in the second line where I have 2 weak syllables. So we have, let's see if we can write these words. The song hyphen bird sing hyphen ing next bar song strong of love and sends being weak sends joy and peace. Aha, we have a problem here. So we've got the 2 weak syllables. So again, we're going to have to put the triplets in. So that's going to be peace to the sky hyphen and then above. So there's a similar layout. Works nicely with 6/8 because this is nice and balanced. It rolls along, flows nicely. When you go, the songbird singing a song of love sends joy and peace to the sky above. So it makes those triplet quavers flow really smoothly. So that's actually quite nice. Now we need to embellish this as we did with the first one. So let's see. What we could do is we could take a quaver, turn that into a dotted quaver and semiquaver in a similar way, so that we've got that breakup of just the straight quavers. Now another way we can approach this is we could take a crotchet. Actually, I didn't show that before. I might go back and show you on the 4/4 version as well. So for example, you can always take a crotchet. Let's go back to the 4/4 one, for example, and you could take, maybe not the first one. Let's try maybe on a second beat perhaps might be more appropriate, leaving a longer note on the strong beat. So perhaps on a second beat of the bar, we could turn that into, just take a crotchet and turn it into two quavers. And what we're doing is we're now giving 2 notes for the 1 syllable. So we have to put a slur. This is a melisma, and so now we have 2 notes for the word and. So joy and peace to the sky above. All right, so that's another form of embellishing. And we can do it here on the 6/8 version as well. So might have to do it, say, on this third bar. I might have to do it on the strong beat because we've got the 3 quavers there. So I can take the crotchet and turn that into 2 crotchets. That means the word joy now is going to have 2 notes. So I will need to slur that. Okay, so now sends joy and peace. All right, and that's basically the job done. Which one will we choose? The general idea is that 6/8 or 3/4 is maybe more joyous because of the nice flow. Joy and peace to the sky above. So that flow is maybe considered more positive, more happy, whereas in 4/4, the weak syllables, where you've got 2 weak syllables, that's going to be a little bit more abrupt in a 4/4 rhythm. So the songbird singing a song of love. So if the poem is a little bit downbeat in its mood, I would maybe go with the 4/4. If it's a little more happier, maybe we would go with 6/8. Okay, so that basically shows you the issues involved, and I hope you enjoy.